There is no objection. And that brings to a close questions for oral answer today. Would some honourable member care to move that the House take note of miscellaneous business?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr. Speaker, whoever would have thought that Esko Aho, the great right-wing leader of Finland, the great right-wing Prime Minister of Finland, would become a Labour Party icon? Is it conceivable that the Labour Party leader, trying to cut out a new bit of space for a demoralised, beaten and shoddy-looking party, should choose a right-wing party leader from a country on the other side of the world to be his role model? And worse than that he should decide that New Zealand should set itself the target of becoming like Finland. Well, Mr. Speaker, I think we need to understand a few things about Finland. Firstly, New Zealand surpasses Finland in the OECD Better Living Rankings in 2010. We're ahead there. We have more consistent growth rates than Finland. But Labor doesn't know these facts about Finland. They only know a few. I can give them some more. New Zealand has lower unemployment than Finland. New Zealand has lower inflation than Finland. We have better food and agricultural production than Finland. We have less than half the homicide rate of Finland. We have much higher economic freedoms than Finland. And we spend more on education than Finland, and we have more women in third-tier education than Finland does. But this is the country, Finland, that he wants us to become like. That's the great Labour vision. Well, I, for the life of me, cannot believe that that's what the Labour Party wants. I don't believe it. There's got to be more to it than this. And I think the answer lies in the advice that Mr. Shearer got in putting that speech together. Because he's new, and we all know he's new, and he just wants to please everybody. And in particular, he wants to please his deputy, Mr. Grant Robertson. The great Labour operatic in political circles, he knew these things. He knew these things. And so he said, I'm going to set him up. I'm going to set him up. And yesterday, when the Prime Minister unveiled some of the stuff in question time, who sat over there next to Mr. Shearer smiling? Oh, and how wide was that smile? He can drive a truck through it. He's trying to stay straight-faced now, but he can't. He can't stay straight-faced because he knows that this is part of his cutting plan. When the big event came and Phil Goff moved on, but has he moved on? Come back to that in a minute. He was too new, too raw to put his name forward, and a little bit too timid, I suspect. So we had the Battle of the Davids. And we saw David Parker disappear pretty early. Then David Cunliffe and David Shearer had a bit of a go. And it must have been a real coin toss there. However, David Shearer came through, and who slided up the side to become the deputy? The most ambitious man in the Labour Party, Mr. Robertson. And I think you've got to hand it to him in a Machiavellian sort of situation. He's fantastic. That's unbelievable, isn't it? You can actually get someone to go out there and make a speech saying, I want New Zealand to be like Finland, which has worse unemployment than us, has less growth than us, can hardly feed the people who live there, has a terrible homicide rate, hardly educates their people, and has no respect for women. That's what he wants for New Zealand. So that is a masterstroke from Mr. Robertson, who wants to set up Finland as being an icon for New Zealand, touted by poor old Mr. Shearer. Sooner or later, he may wake up. Mr. Speaker, then there's the issue of Phil Goff. How many times do we see Phil Goff on TV? 3, 4, 5 times a week. More than we saw him as the leader of the opposition. Now he's not on a comeback trail. He's in the paper, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. It's unbelievable. And so if you measure the column centimetres, Phil Goff versus David Shearer, and then throw in a bit of Grant Robertson, or Mr. Shearer, he's in third place again. It's not tidy. And Mr. Robertson, if I were you, I'd be moving out of that seat over to where Annette King is and giving Phil Goff a big shove sideways, because it looks to me like he's on the comeback trail. Mr. Speaker, one of the interesting things is that it appears the rest of the Labour Party, who sit there now in stunned silence at this revelation, hadn't quite worked out what's going on. Let's see, Trevor always laughs, Trevor Ballard always laughs, and that's a sure sign. I didn't see that coming. And so they've just worked out what Mr Robinson's cunning plan is. So set up Mr Shearer as often as possible.
Grant Robertson.
Speaker,